Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is the second installment of what I call the Method series, where I showcase how I do something but also provide alternatives for you guys to try. I know online classes are stressful and there's more things to juggle than ever before because of a lot of self-studying. It's important than ever to have good time management, so here are a few planner formats you guys can test. So let's get into it. Imagine this, you buy a planner at the start of the year, but then you find out you don't like the format a month in. Sounds like a waste to me, and manually making your own bullet journal spreads can take a lot of time. That's why this video is sponsored by me. Go to my not affiliate link down below for free planner printables. All jokes aside, all the planner styles I'm showing except for my actual planner are printables that I've made. They come in two sizes of paper and have light gray lines. You can print it out as you need it to test out some planner formats for 2021, and everyone starts crossing their fingers and toes. At least you'll have actually tested how effective it is before committing to one for a year, because we know how expensive those get. Anyway, enough self-promotion of the printables, and let's actually see them. I'll be replicating my schedule from February for each of the printables so you would see how I set up with the same schedule. There's technically only one design of these if you exclude different paper sizes and day start variations, and for some people just having a monthly view is enough for them. It's undated, so if you're not able to use it for a month, you can just use it for another instead of throwing it away. The design is based on my monthly in my personal planner, but the boxes are a bit bigger. The side note section can be used for color codes, labels, or even just doodling. It gives a good overview of what's coming up in the month, though I'd rather use it in tandem with a weekly layout because the space doesn't really allow you to add more specific tasks within the day. The horizontal planner design is a lot smaller than the verticals in terms of space on the page, but it does give you more flexibility with the ways you can use it. I made 5 variations of the horizontal planner: blank, line, dotted, grid, and even one with 2 calendar parts for people who wouldn't use the other pages. But for those of you who actually want the other pages, maybe you'd want to do a week recap, a journal page, a doodle, grocery list, favorite songs, an idea dump, or maybe some random tasks you need to slot into the week and have no idea where. I'd say that the horizontal gives you more space to be creative in exchange for being less precise with the task you need to do within the day. You can write down all you have to do for the day, but not much detail about them. With the vertical planner, there's 2 variations, timed and untimed. It's my preferred planning method. The design of the printable is based on the planner I've been using, so if you guys want to pick up a few of my techniques, then it's a lot easier for you to use this one. Because you have the ability to be much more detailed, the vertical weekly takes up an entire page compared to the horizontal, which just takes up half the page. There's a bigger space for to-do lists if you were going to use the untimed version for tasks with multiple steps. The timed version takes care of one of my issues with the planner that I have now. The note section is smaller, but the times go up to 3 AM, because we all know how hectic and busy we get when finals week rolls around, and we've all had those cramming sessions that reach up to whatever time. Because it's printed on A4 or letter paper, there's space for that compared to my own planner. It's by the hour, so every space you put in there would assume it takes about an hour to do. Do that for your meals too, so you have a bit of break between classes and give yourself time to breathe and estimate how long things are gonna take. Now we move on to my planner. This is what I deem pretty much the nuclear option, so try other to-do list styles first and try if the to-do list on a date system would work for you, because my style takes up more resources / pens than the average. This was 10 months ago, so I'll be using progress photos from my personal Instagram. I got my planner as a gift from my parents. From what I remember, it's about 150 pesos. It's from Veco, and it's an A5 size like the rest of my notebooks. I couldn't paint the actual cover, so with my little knowledge in drawing, I sketched out a cover idea on a scrap piece of pad paper. I saw a lot of people going with the 1920s style, so my concept is supposed to be 1920s black and gold meets geometric mage D&D vibes. Weirdness. I used gold acrylic paint, a paintbrush, and a toothpick to make the designs. To make relatively straight lines, I used old plastic page flags to mask off some areas because they're gentler than tape. I was scared that normal masking tape would rip up the black cardboard I was using. I used a toothpick to make the small lines on the moon. The cover was stuck on using double-sided tape to the original, and the same for the back, where I just took a metallic pen and drew it because it's the back, and I'd die if I designed the entire back with a toothpick, because if you see, there's a lot of straight lines. Anyway, for my monthlies, I have my bullet and color codes, which you would have seen an overview of if you saw my how I plan for the SEM video. If editing me remembers it, you'll see the link up in the card. Top right hand corner, YouTuber stuff. Okay, so each subject is assigned a color of pen and a highlighter. For anything that needs to be done or submitted regarding the topic, I write it on the monthly in that color. Easy enough. If it's a prolonged period of time like an event or a span for passing quizzes, I use the highlighter as a stripe on the bottom of the day with a label. If you can see, the dark green pen is labeled as fun. That's what I use to mark when episodes of shows I'm watching are going to be released. This is a way I try to keep as much of a work-life balance as I can when also swamped with work. Before classes started back up, I didn't really have much to do, so I had empty monthlies for a while until June and July when I started getting stickers, so I'd use that to fill the space, and it helps keep personal morale up. When it comes to the weeklies, I use class downtime to do all of the maintenance that they need. I like marking out when specific classes are, even if I'm just home, in case the professor schedules a last-minute Zoom session. I don't fully box the subject schedule. It makes the space look too crowded and I find it a waste of ink. It's just a line on the top and bottom that I use. When there's a scheduled live class, I use the highlighter end to put a stripe in the box where it's gonna happen. Then I color in the full box when it's something urgent, time-sensitive like exams or presentations. Just so it draws more attention for me when I'm flipping through and I'm reminded to do those things. As I said in the vertical planner section of the video, the time frame only goes up to 6 p.m. on here, and that's not really student hours, so I have to do a bit of customizing by adding my own 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. time frame. Then I use the monthly as a reference and write down what's due for the week and when. When you see sticky notes on weeklies, those usually have steps that I can't fit within the note section, and projects with a lot of steps that span over multiple weeks, so I can move them from weekly to another weekly. My system takes up a lot of pens and a lot of self-discipline to do well. Some pretty obvious warnings and disclaimers before I end the video. Just having a planner doesn't ensure you'll have better time management. A planner is a tool, not the skill. I think it's pretty obvious that you need to commit to do the things you write down, and writing it doesn't make the thing itself easier to do. So remember to give yourself some buffer time between tasks, in case something takes a little longer than expected. It'll be better to overestimate how long something takes than underestimating and rushing yourself. Make sure you give yourself room for breaks and relaxation, especially in times like these. I hope this made you think about different planner styles and that the printables down in the description will help you check which kind of planner might work best for you for 2021. How do you take note of homework? Are you thinking of using the printables? Answer them in the comments. If you like this video and want to see more content from me, then hit the subscribe button and the bell to know when a new video's out. I try to upload every week Monday nights at 8. I guess that's all for this video. Bye guys!